Well, this is certainly a pleasant surprise. I hope you don't mind if I say this, Cadet, but usually you aren't the most sociable in this squad. Do be honest with me. Is the fact that we could all die at any moment what brought about this change? Oh, really? It's something else. In that case, might I inquire as to what brought about this change, then? It's difficult to explain. Well, trust me, Cadet, we're going to be here for a while. I'm sure you have plenty of time to work out an explanation. I am rather curious, after all. Do tell me, why are you acting so friendly, so open? I beg your pardon? Yes. Yes, I am familiar with that term. The term Yandere. Why do you ask? Ah, I see. That term applies to you and a condition that you have. And, do forgive me, though I am familiar with the term, I'm afraid I don't know exactly what it means. Would you be kind enough to explain to me? I see. Someone who lacks emotions, at least at the normal level that most humans are able to feel them, but something in their mind is able to be triggered when they run into a specific person. Oftentimes, that person will elicit pleasant emotions, positive ones, such as love, happiness, excitement, and it makes the yandere individual crave them. It makes the person obsessed with the one who makes them feel. Yes, I believe Hanji told me about that term. So this term applies to you? I see. And I'm guessing, since you've suddenly become more sociable, you've found the person who's capable of making you feel? Wonderful. Congratulations. If I may ask, who is it? Who is it, Cadet? I heard you the first time. Even with the rumbling of Titan footsteps outside, I managed to hear you. What I don't understand is why you won't tell me who it is. You say you aren't comfortable telling me, Cadet. However, I am your squad leader, and I would like to know. Because, Cadet, it is a safety issue. If the person in question just so happens to get in the way of danger, well, you're far more likely than anyone else to push them out of the way, take their place. You're a valuable soldier, Cadet. We can't afford to lose you. So I want to know who exactly it is that you'll be trying to protect for the next few hours. Though you may wish to keep this information to yourself, Cadet, it would be beneficial to you and your love interest if you told me. Oh, really? You don't think I can handle it? Try me. I'm an experienced squad leader. I can handle... I beg your pardon? Yes, Cadet. Just as I did before. I heard you the first time now. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't hallucinating or anything. So, you've developed a fondness for me? I see. And how long have you felt this way for me? Really? That long? I would have expected you to attempt to make a move by now. Although I understand why you wouldn't. Though we are both adults and could form a relationship together, the fact that you're a cadet and I'm your squad leader certainly would raise a few eyebrows. Although, I do wish that you had come to me about this sooner. Why do you think, Cadet? Why do you think I knew what the term Yandere was? Oh, please. Did you really not see through that thin-veiled charade? I was attempting to deceive you. Under normal circumstances, my acting is a bit better, but when I'm around you, it's far more difficult. Cadet, you and I share the same condition, and I believe a miracle has occurred. You are apparently rather fond of me, just as I am rather fond of you. And why do you think I'm so fond of you? I'll give you a hint. We're far more alike than you may think, Cadet. Oh, indeed. I'm just like you. And you're just like me. We can't feel anything without each other. So tell me, Cadet, why do you think I wished that you would have come to me about this sooner? Do you think you can answer that question now? Indeed. If you'd come to me about this sooner, perhaps we could have been given a few more months or a few weeks. But with everything that's going on, I'm not sure how much longer we'll last. Of course I'm going to do everything I can to protect you. However, that will only work so well. After all, there is a slight issue with the two of us having this condition and being so fond of each other. I have to put my life at risk in order to protect you. And you wish to put your life at risk to protect me. Is that correct? And therein lies the issue. Cadet, it is my duty, as a squad leader and an experienced member of the Scouts, to protect you, the cadets. And to make matters a bit more intense, this condition that we share, you know exactly what it does to someone's mind. You know precisely how protective people like us can be. So tell me, how protective do you think I'm going to be of you now, when Titans are surrounding the place we took refuge in? That is correct, Cadet. I expected no less from you. After all, you do know quite a bit about this topic. More than your fellow cadets, I would assume. Unless, of course, Hanji has spoken with you all about this condition. No? How very odd. I would expect them to be rather excited about something like this. Rather open to the idea of experimenting on people like us. But I suppose they're more focused on Titans these days. Isn't that right? Indeed. You know, one might say that they're a Yandere for Titans. With their level of obsession, the amount of joy they get just by being near Titans. It's almost insane how much they care about Titans. But I digress. That same insane fondness is going to drive me to my death, because I need to protect you now more than ever. The issue that lies here is the fact that you will go out of your way to protect me, just as I'll go out of my way to protect you. And do you see now, Cadet, how very detrimental this can be to escaping our current predicament? Precisely. If I'm trying to protect you, and I get caught by a Titan, you will more than likely attempt to save me. However, in doing so, you'll endanger yourself, and I'll be forced to save you, and the cycle will continue over and over until we've grown exhausted, weak, and run out of resources. And once that happens, we're both dead. Now, I'm afraid I have a very difficult request to make of you, Cadet. Do you think you're up for it? I want you to prove that you love me. I want you to prove that you care about me and would do absolutely anything I asked you to. Can you do that, Cadet? How do I want you to prove it? Patience will reward you. I was just about to explain. What I want you to do is allow me to put my life on the line to protect you and the rest of the cadets. Can you do that? Come on. For me, it would make me very happy if you kept yourself safe. It would make me the happiest woman in the world if you lived past tonight. Please. If you do, I'll give you a reward once this is all said and done. What would you say to having our first kiss at sunset on top of the walls? Just the two of us. No one else around. I thought that might get a good reaction out of you. So what do you say? Will you do your best? Very well. Although, I am sorry about this. I know that your best just won't be enough. So now that I have your permission, in a way, I'm going to do what is necessary to keep you safe. What do you think, Cadet? I'm far more experienced than you, far stronger than you, far quicker and far more capable. Not to mention, my foresight is much better than yours. I came into this situation far more prepared than I needed to be. Or at least, that's what I thought at first. You may want to hold still for a moment. It'll hurt less if you hold still. No. I said hold still. What I have to do is rather unfortunate, but what must be done must be done. What does it feel like I'm doing? I'm restraining you. That way, you can't get up, you can't leap through a window to try and save me if I get into trouble. You can only stay right here, where you're safe. Oh? You think I'm being cruel? Sweetheart, you and I both know that you'd do the same to me if you were strong enough, and if you'd thought well enough to bring a rope. Oh, don't deny it. I can see that guilty look in your eyes. You would do the exact same thing to me. So why don't you just relax? Let me make sure that the ropes aren't too tight, and let me make sure that you are perfectly safe. That's all you have to do, sweetie. And then, once we get out of this mess, I'll kiss you at sunset, right on top of the walls. Doesn't that sound nice? All right then. Stop struggling. Just sit here and be safe.